Hey there, TarotTube. So this is sort of a quick little check-in on how things are going with my 10 by 10 tarot challenge. So I decided to take out my Sacred She Tarot and do one of the spreads that's in the book. So I picked this one, the Elemental Star of Well-Being. Now, up to this point, I've pretty much been doing single card draws from this deck because I find the images so rich that like one card was kind of enough. But I decided to do this spread. So I tend to not pull reversals. Let's see if we can get the whole spread in the frame now. Okay, I tend not to pull reversals. So what you see here is yeah, more, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. So this is that spread with everything upright. So here's what it looks like, right? But I got these messages that were pretty clear to me, and they were sort of negative, or what you would think of as a reversal meaning. And the way the spread is written, it does say, so for example, this one, this is the spirit space, your connection to spirit, intuition, trust, expressiveness, and realizing potential, or what feeds your self-doubt, disappointment, and fear. And I got the heartbreak, the Three of Swords. Um, and even though it came out upright, it's, well, this is kind of a negative. This is not the best example, but it is tends to be kind of a sad thing. So I read it this way: what feeds my self-doubt, disappointment, and fear, in terms of, so the way I read this in this spread was, the thing that sometimes gets in the way of my connection to spirit is my fear that I am going to discover something that I don't want to know, or that um, I'm going to, how do I put this? I'm going to be disappointed somehow. Maybe I will ask for support or help and I won't get it, and that's kind of a pervasive thing in my life. Well, that got a little personal. Um, right. But it's just such a good image. Let's see if I can find one that's not so. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about this one, number 2. So this position, um, so it's funny that I would get frozen in the fire position, the elemental star, the fire that fuels power, courage, enthusiasm, and stimulates inspiration, or what creates exhaustion, is demanding, stressful, or unsupportive. So I had to sit with this for a while, right? And what I came up with, because this is such a beautiful image, is the first hit I get, and I tend to trust those, is what creates exhaustion for me is when I become frozen and I can't take action. And that happens especially when I have a lot of creative projects and ideas in my head, and then I don't actually do anything. So it's all just in my head and it never gets out. So that's kind of a way that it feels frozen, right? But then there's another side to this, because as I'm looking at the imagery, I see how calm her face is. And I realize this is also personal, but that's okay. I realized that because I can have so many creative ideas at any one time, I could be having ideas about something I want to create in the garden. I could be having creative ideas about a relationship, about my work, about my board gaming hobbies, about role playing, something like that. I could have like 5, 6 creative projects just stewing in my head. So this also could be a message to just calm the F down. Just sit. Cool off, girl. Figure out what's the most important thing to do now, right? So I'm not going to go through the rest of the spread, but it's a lovely spread. And it was a lovely experience with this particular deck. And I'm glad that I put this one in my 10 by 10 challenge. Uh, I had seen this card before, but because I had it in a spread, I got something different out of it this time. So, yeah, I'm enjoying the challenge that I've set for myself and how it's encouraging me to spend more time with a deck in different ways. So, yep. And then the rest of the follow up I was going to show you was I finally made my little chart for my that I stick into my happy planner. Although it's turned out that I keep it on my desk because then I have to run back and forth from my planner to my desk to get this and make sure I log stuff. So I have done a couple readings that didn't get logged because I didn't have it on my desk. So I learned that little lesson. Yep. So that's how my 10 by 10 deck challenge is going. And I will check back in again. Thanks for watching. If you want to see the original video, I will put it at the end, some up here or someplace or other, and I'll link it down below. Thanks for watching, and if you decide to play along, do leave me a comment so I can watch yours and see what decks you're working with. Bye-bye. Enjoy your spring.